Good. What time is it? Good morning. We're almost at lunchtime now. I took a chicken breast and I cut it up. I cut it up in pieces like this. And I'm going to make chicken nuggets. Only because I don't have my oven, though I had planned something else. I'm going to take some yogurt. Maybe a couple of tablespoons. And I'm going to mix it up onto the chicken. The chicken is dry, so this will give it moisture. Yeah, that's more than enough. You know, I am running out of towels. I better dry my hands. Let me get a towel. I'm going to use a lot of this seasoning. It's a more spice Creole seasoning. This one. Last time I used poultry seasoning, so I figured this time let's swing this way. That's just about 1/4 of a cup, so you know I'm using a lot of seasonings in this. And the reason I'm doing it this way is I just am going to put flour over them, and that's going to be it. I want the seasonings next to the meat. So that's a good 1/4 of a cup, maybe a 1/3. And this was a whole chicken breast. I meant from the chicken, both sides. This is the leftover flour I always talk about that I have. Even if it has seasonings in it, it's just going to make it more spicy. I'm going to get some whole wheat flour in here because I definitely want to do it with whole wheat. Small frying pan. I am going to use corn oil on this one because I don't have any oil that I had fried before. It's all gone. you know what is supposed to be the biggest meal that you eat during the day? Breakfast. It is the biggest meal. And the second largest one is lunch. And dinner is supposed to be your smallest one. But people do the opposite of that. The biggest meal is supper, and the smallest meal is breakfast, and then lunch is sort of a medium one. Now, let's talk about how the body works. The body, when you go to sleep, has certain organs that become extremely active. And the other ones are very, very quiet. They're not doing much. But during the day, the ones that are active at night get real quiet during the day, and the ones that are quiet at night become more active. So that's how our bodies work. So if you notice, when you get up in the morning, you're not really hungry. Your thing is that you want to get you come out, you're half asleep, and you want to have that coffee to kick you and to get your motor going, which is caffeine. Caffeine speeds the heart up and gets you going. You put sugar in it, it gives you the energy. Now the reason you're so sluggish in the morning is when you eat that big meal at night, what are you doing? Actually nothing. You'll sit around, the dishes will get done, and you'll probably sit there and watch television, but you're not real active. You've got all that food sitting on you. Now it takes 5 hours just to get out of the stomach. So you think about it, you go to bed and that food hasn't completely digested and gotten out of the system. So it's sitting on you. So when you wake up, you have bad breath, you feel a little bloated. This is because the food hasn't broken down. It's sitting there, but it's not broken down yet, and that's a real issue for the body. And that's why you have the bad breath, because the food is getting sour in your stomach. And that's the real issue. So then, after you have the coffee and get yourself going, you have a very light breakfast, or you'll eat a sweet roll on the run getting to work and stuff. When lunchtime comes, you've done some work, you're ready to eat, so you go out and you'll have a sandwich or something and you'll eat. You might have a little bit of indigestion because you still got the food from last night that hasn't come out yet. It's still working. By the time you get home, you're ready to sit down and have a nice meal, a big meal. But where is it going? It's going to sit on you till the next morning. Now, if you eat a large breakfast, you can't do it. If you eat heavy at night, you're not going to be able to eat in the morning. You'd have to go to bed actually hungry the night before, so when you wake up, you're ready to eat. If you have a good breakfast, a big breakfast, you can run all day, and then when you have lunch, it'll pick that sugar and energy back up to carry you to the evening, and then you will eat a very small meal that won't sit on you, and then when you wake up, you'll be able to sleep better. You notice how you wake up and you've slept, but you really haven't slept because you're not in that REM, that deep, deep sleep that you need to get into, because you have all that food sitting on you when you have a big meal. And that becomes an issue with your health and digestion. You can become constipated from it and stuff like that because the food just sits there and goes rancid, then it's rancid food. It's not healthy for you. From and everything else is that undigested food sits in your stomach. Some people will have mole and stuff on their teeth. That's poor digestion. Very, very poor digestion. It's not hereditary, it's just really bad digestion. And that's why you're groggy in the morning, because you eat too much at night. And if you go and have a cocktail or something before you head home, or you drink, all of that is a lot of calories and a lot of sugar. I am not kidding. Sugar, so you're just adding more sugar, which will give you the energy and stuff to go. But when you try to go to sleep, the cells are not functioning, because you know how you get, if you drink and how you get drunk or lightheaded, you don't have all your coordination together, and you're a little off. All your cells are like that as well. So if food is coming in after they're like that, they're not going to pick it up and the nutrients that they need and everything, so they're going to miss out on the nutrients then, and some of those cells are being replaced at that time. The cells that are coming in are not going to be as healthy as the cells before, and it just becomes a cycle. And this is how the body works. The body's very, very unique. That's why people want coffee or tea. You get their motors growing. Don't kiss me. I got to brush my teeth first. Get myself together. People are grumpy when they get up in the morning. You got all that food that was sitting in your stomach. And if you went drinking and didn't eat, your cells are all drunk. And it's going to give them time, because they have to get their act together, and they can't because there's no food for them that they need. It's only liquor, so they're drunk as well. And this is how the body works. I know people don't like hearing it. You know, they get upset about it, but it is a fact that does happen. Maybe that oil's hot. Let's find out. Oh yeah. We should have a nice kick to it, as we say. And if you're not hungry, putting food in there is ridiculous. If you're not hungry, don't eat. I mean, if I'm not hungry, I don't eat. Sometimes I only eat once a day, only because I've eaten so much the day before that I'm not hungry. But you get like a bloated feeling here in your stomach. That's it. You got food that's sitting in there that is not digesting. It's not coming out, and it's going rancid in there. What do I have for breakfast when I get up? First off, I don't get anything. The birds have to be fed. The pets have to be fed. My cultures have to be cared for. All of that has to be done before I even get a glass of water. And that's what I have to start my day, a glass of water. And I'll end my day with a glass of water as well. So when I get up, I don't always, I'm not the first one to eat, and I don't have a cup of coffee right away. I don't even have coffee. It's so rare I have it now. But I'll sit there and have a glass of water. The best thing to flush your system is get it going. That's what happens to your body. And by the way, I'm not telling anybody not to drink. You know, if you take illegal drugs, same thing. You're doing the same thing to your body. Same thing happens. These are going to be interesting. See if I can switch one, let you know how it's going to be. It's a bit hot. As soon as it cools a bit, I'll let you know how it is. That is nice. That is really, really nice. I'm going to push frying these up. These are good. So here's the flour that's left over. I'll put it in here. I'll sift it before I use it again, so I don't waste any of it. And the food is very well spiced and seasoned. I'll put this on the counter. This is actually the last batch that's in. And these are really, really nice. I didn't know how they would come out, how spicy they were going to be, but they came out just perfect. Let me finish up and I'll show you. Well, here they are. And these are nice. They have a lot of flavor in them, so they're a little spicy for people who don't like a lot of spice. Now, what am I going to serve with this? I have my homemade bread. I went and bought some French brie. We're going to have that with it, and I'm going to make a salad with a dressing. I don't know what I'm going to put in it yet, or which dressing I'm going to use, but that's going to be served with the chicken for a lovely day. This is also a meal that can be a cold plate. You don't have to have that chicken hot. Even room temperature, it's quite nice. 'Cause I'll leave it out, and my family will end up munching on it at room temperature. They don't have to heat it up. The flavor is that good. So if you want to make this a cold lunch for your loved one to go to work, you can. I showed you how to pack a salad with a dressing, and I have shown you some dressings that I make. And you can make toast. You can quarter it at a 45-degree angle to dress it up. You can and give him the brie to go with it. And I am sure your loved one will be more than happy to have this as a lovely lunch. So take care and have a lovely day.